like that. I'd like you to look at that camera and speak to that woman in her 40s. Life has happened, life has slapped her, things have gone on, and she doesn't even know how to rebuild or pick herself up. What can you tell that woman?
So, what I will tell you, dearest sister, in your 40s, single with children, that you can still pick up again. You can still rise out of that situation. I am a good example of that can happen. And it will not be a one-day achievement, but it will be a gradual step, and you will be patting yourself in the back. I'll also encourage you to be deep with God, just go back to the place of prayer. It may not seem that like it's working at that particular time, but prayer is a very strong anchor for you and your family.
Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Women, Words, and Wisdom Global. This is a space where we share real stories, stories of resilience, stories of courage, stories of hope. I'm your host, Imani Mwaura. Let me start off by thanking this growing community. We're truly encouraged by your support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for giving us feedback. Thanks for sharing with your friends and even for subscribing. As you know, this is the time I say, if you have not yet subscribed, perfect time. Do it before we get into today's conversation. And we truly, truly appreciate. So it's another day, another wonderful conversation with us today. I'm honored to have my friend Mary. Mary is, if I could just describe her, she's a woman of faith. She is in her fabulous 40s. I know, ladies, we don't like telling our age, but Mary is not shy of that. And she has gone through the highs and lows of life. And today she is here to share with us. She gave us permission to say single, in her 40s, and single and very strong. So we are here for a wonderful story. So you better just sit there and wait as this story unfolds. Mary, welcome on set today.
Thank you, Faith.
How does it feel to be here?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited at this opportunity. I know we've talked about it a lot of times.
Yes.
And I'm happy that God has given us a chance to come and share with each other.
Yes.
And even with someone who's listening.
Yeah.
Whom I hope one or two things out of this discussion
Right.
will rebuild them, will encourage them.
Wow.
Will just make them remember that they're on the right path.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm already excited about this, Mary. Let's start from the beginning. You know, I can't still fathom that you were born and raised in the Western province. Tell us about that.
Yes. So, by the way, you're not the only one who goes back to that point of introduction.
Yes.
Like, and the question I get is, are your parents lawyers?
So tell them today.
So today, yes, born and raised in Western Province, both by my dad and mom and my late brother, who's now gone to be the Lord. And we grew up in Bungoma, to be precise.
Okay,
It was
Bungoma.
a small town then,
Yeah.
but it's grown to be a big town now.
Yeah.
And it was a simple life. It was modest, and a lot of exposure. Faith, you can see I'm all rounded.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm curious, did they give you any local name in Bungoma?
Not really, not really.
Okay.
However, I feel like out of that background, I became very cultured in terms of me knowing how to socialize with people from all corners of the world. And some of the comments sometimes I get is, "You don't even look like a Kikuyu. You don't sound like a Kikuyu."
Yeah.
And it's nothing wrong about being a Kikuyu. It's just that I think you've been in different ethnic groups.
Yes.
So you no longer identify with a particular one. You're just free with everybody.
Yeah.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just curious. Again, what's your favorite meal?
Should
Let's just get
should I say
this
ugali
over.
to please the multitude? My favorite will be spaghetti and minced meat.
Okay. Okay. All right. Clearly
Yes,
not like
it's not among
yeah,
the
yeah.
ones we are thinking about.
Okay, great.
Yes,
All right. So
yeah,
you grew
yeah.
up in that community. What kind of community was it, if you don't mind sharing? Like more
Business oriented.
business.
Yeah. The
Okay.
reason why my parents went to Western Province, it was mostly to look for business
Okay.
and to invest in farming. And that was the drive. So most of the time we were not even outside socializing. We were either in school or you are dealing the farming
Okay.
with my dad.
Yeah.
He's a large-scale sugarcane farmer to date in Western Province.
Sugarcane.
Yes, I love sugarcane to date. Maybe that's what I should have mentioned.
Yes.
I still love sugarcane juice
Yeah.
to date.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a very simple background, by the way. It has grown over time. Right now, Bungoma town is big. Then it was very small. There's so many business people from all over right now. We have Indians, we have everyone now. It's a very big town and very developed in terms of business. I actually welcome you. The next time I'm making a trip
Yes,
there, I think we
please.
should go with you.
Tag me along.
Farming, food is new. It's very nutritious. You know, this food here we are struggling to buy in either zucchini or a high ridge market.
Yes.
For such high prices.
Yeah.
In Bungoma, I mean, they're just there. They're available.
Yeah.
Yeah, very nutritious meals.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you really had a fun filled childhood growing up.
Yeah, I can say my dad is very strict to date, even at my age. He's still a very strict. He's a retired military person.
Okay.
So he's still very strict to date.
Yeah.
So we were not that free.
There's always
My dad is a tough one.
Yeah.
My mom is a very soft-spoken person, very laid back and a very simple lady, very supportive. So our lives were just modest, simple. You know, growing up during our generation,
Yeah.
it was not like now where we sit and have a discussion with Gen Alpha and their Gen Zs and Gen Alpha on decisions to be made. We were made for decisions.
Yes. And yours was to follow.
And we follow.
Yes.
And it was beautiful. Look at how it turned out. It
Look
was
at
still
us.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thank God for my dad. A lot of what have turned out to be being very self-driven and hardworking comes from my father. From the time I was little, I've never seen that man sleep past 7 p.m. No, 7 a.m. Sorry,
Yes.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
And now he's 90. He's about 90 years old.
Wow.
You'll not find that man sleeping past 7. All my life, I can never put a date.
Wow.
Holidays, weekends, and that actually made me who I am today because I'm also very self-driven.
Yes.
I'm a very hardworking person. You know, it's good to give yourself that
Yes,
flower.
yes. Be your number one
No one
cheerleader.
will come and give you.
Yes.
So I'm also very, very hardworking.
Yes.
And I always attribute that to what I saw in my family, in my dad.
Yeah.
He's never given up. I know when you're doing farming sometimes, you wake up, those sugarcane farms, you wake up one morning and it has been put down by fire.
Oh.
I remember one of the occasions when when he came back. He had gone in the morning, and when he came back, all he said is, my farm was set on fire at night. And but these are very big farms. They're like 24 acres.
Whoa.
They're not small ones. And even the way he said it,
Yeah.
of course, for me, I felt I felt sad because you
Yeah.
can see how hard he works.
Yes.
But do you know, that is all he will say for that day. The following day, he would have his workers planning for the next.
Planting.
The planting, or how do we move forward? Yeah, that one was banned. So he will
Yes.
not sit there and talk about it and
Yeah.
complain. And it was actually something that would expect to happen. It's a risk he was expecting to to
Yes.
happen. And
Yes.
maybe it was a culture then, and
Yeah.
now I don't see it happening, but it would happen often. But he would wake up and go and still farm. And life goes on.
Yeah.
So I picked a lot of that subconsciously because I'm also very resilient. I am very, very resilient.
I know you.
It will only take God to tell me, just stop.
Yeah.
But I'm very resilient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it that you had a very wonderful present dad in your growing up. And you've tapped into some of his attributes, like
Yeah.
the resilience you are talking about, hardworking, and many other things. Let's fast forward a little bit. So you've shared with us your childhood. Of course, you grow up and life happens. So after leaving Bungoma, when did you leave Bungoma?
Immediately after all levels.
After all levels.
I couldn't wait.
You were
You know,
ready.
Nairobi, we only used to visit in December.
Yes. Yes.
And this is an opportunity to go to live in the city. I was looking forward and I worked towards it. To
Yes.
come and live in the city.
Oh, wow. So it happened.
It happened. It
Tell us
happened.
about that transition.
So I finished all levels a while back. I know you've already mentioned about the age
Yes.
place there.
Yes.
But I will not mention the date. I'm sure if my schoolmates are watching,
They may put it in the
they will
comments.
put it on the comment. But immediately after O levels, I did not wait for the 2 years. We used to wait for 2 years to join university.
Yes.
And my parents were worried that there'll be too much idle time. So I was signed up for a private university immediately. I went to Nazarene University
Okay.
to do Bachelor of Commerce. And I think that was the best move then because, you see, remember, I was from a Christian background.
Yes.
Then I was taken to a university that's Christian oriented. So there was still a lot of building of my faith.
Yes.
You know what happens when you're growing up, when you're transitioning. You finally realize you're so beautiful.
Yes.
And
And people like you with Rangia Thao,
I
they
tell
call
you,
it.
unstoppable.
Yes.
So you are there, there's all attention. But also, I knew where I'm coming from. I also, by the way, went through some peer pressure because here I am, my strict dad is not here.
Yes.
So I would hang out with
Freedom.
some, exactly. I would meet some friends, some groups. We would hang out. We did everything that college students sometimes go through.
Yeah.
Of course, I had to keep on reminding myself, your dad is a farmer.
Yes.
These ones, their dads are operating in some corporate institutions elsewhere. So can you just focus, Mary?
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful journey. We finished, graduated. And in between there, you know, you fall in love.
Wow.
You have crushes.
Yes. You know, we love such stories.
Yes. No, it will be normal to go through that.
Yes.
I think it will not be so normal.
If you don't, go through that. Yes.
Yeah, but not to judge against anyone who's not doing it. But it just felt it was normal. Actually, that's the part where most people even were getting married from immediately after university, or even during our stay in university.
Yeah.
So for myself, you know, you go through relationships. However, those ones did not work.
The ones in campus.
The ones
during
in campus
that time
did not work.
Yeah.
When I started working, so I met this very handsome gentleman, very nice. And that is where our beautiful story started as a friendship.
Yeah.
We became very good friends. We were very simple. And even our salaries, you know, they would make us stick together.
Define simple. Define simple.
Our simple then will be, okay, we didn't have those, you know, the way right now, my dreams, Faith, if I can tell you, I want more. Like you just want more. I think you've already tested
Yes. You've
what
seen
what
life.
some slight comfort feels like.
Yeah.
And you desire for more comfort.
Yes.
So then, even just going to stairs to eat
Chicken.
chips
Yeah.
and chicken, and there's a hotel that was put down another day, that one in the streets, where everybody seems to have visited. Fried chicken,
Yeah.
and it was put down the other day.
Yeah. Sanford.
Sanford.
Yeah. So we all know these places.
That simplicity and having
Yes.
such a great time.
Yeah.
Nando's, I know it's still there.
Uh-huh.
Nando's. That was like the prime date for
Yes.
that
Yes.
particular
That
time.
when you go to Nando's,
When you go to Nando's, it's a real date.
yes.
Then when you go to these stairs, it's we are hungry, let's go and eat,
And
and it's affordable.
Yes. And then Sanford
And then Sanford, now things are not really, really good, but we can still have something small.
and eat out.
And eat out.
Yeah.
And it was okay. By the I think I had a very beautiful dating experience.
Yeah.
He was very nice. And to cut the long story short, eventually we even settled down some years later, very long time later, when we are now adults.
Yes.
And now I really wanted to be a wife.
Yes.
You know, I've been in this status for so long. I wanted to graduate to be a wife.
Yeah.
And we made the decision. We started living as husband and wife. However, after some time, we just seemed to be apart. Things didn't work. Things were not working out. And I cannot point out and say there was this or that made me or him not fit for that relationship. I guess time and season just did not operate at that particular time.
Right.
It was difficult because now we're talking about 2 children in the picture, 2 boys.
So there are children
There are
already
children
in the
now
picture.
in the picture.
Yes.
The small one then was about 2 years. 2 years now, he's 10.
Yes.
He was 2 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's nothing I ever expected to go through in my life.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Never. Yeah.
That must have been overwhelming. Like it feels like things were going on well, then suddenly there was a shift.
A big shift, man. That one was a big shift,
Yeah.
unexpected.
Yeah.
Of course, I've never really taken my relationship with God lightly at any point. So there's a time I started getting the message from God. This is not working. Something is off. But I think it must have been already too late in the process.
Yeah.
Because this I even called in prayer warriors.
Yes.
I called in prayer warriors. I myself, we really tried to pray. We tried to bring a lot of mediation things to work, but it just didn't work. And I look back and I remember then, if you had told me, please just accept, I would have thought you are evil.
Yeah.
What an enemy. You want me to be a single mother?
There are 2 kids here.
And in fact, when things were really, really bad, and I knew, because at some point you end up being single in the relationship, but you want to imagine, there's a subconscious part of you that's still trying to convince you that things can go back to how they used to be. And especially when things were really good before.
Yes.
I think you're fighting between the past. The brain is fighting between the past, the present, and the future.
You know, Mary, I think the last episode we had, we were talking about identity crisis. And I love what the guest said, that this happens when you realize you no longer fit in your past, but then you don't have, is it strength or confidence to walk into your future? So you're there in between, and you rightfully said it, that things are not working out, but I'm really hoping that we can go back to that.
Yeah.
That must have been heartbreaking, I'm thinking.
And very, very.
Confusing.
Yeah.
Challenging.
And when you're a Christian, it's even worse. Because, the scripture is telling you it's only death that can separate you.
Yes, yes.
It's only it's telling you that it's death.
Yes.
You're even holding on. If you're a Christian, you're holding on to the notion of prayer and fasting, which which, sometimes it's an escapism
Yes,
from the
yes,
reality.
yes.
Not to say that I didn't go through it. I
Yeah.
actually fasted. I became like a stick, fasting for it.
Yeah.
Fasting for it. And I like what you have just said.
Yeah.
At that time, and I also don't really believe this when we say that we stay because of children. No, we don't stay because of children. People stay because they have not explored that. Your brain has not even gotten to the point of exploring that you can be able to do so much by you. There's a potential in you. Because children, they've not stopped you, honestly. How much does a child eat? And this is just to make a realization. Sometimes
Yeah.
we hold on to things saying this is because of this that I stay. But you are created as a human being
Right.
with a lot of potential.
Right.
Faith, you're not only a great speaker, but you're also a great business person. But you've never tried until you have tried. So during that season when someone is in that confusion, the maze, and of course you're emotionally also taken down.
Yes.
So even your potential is drowned. You're not living your best life at that particular point.
Yeah.
You are not.
Yeah.
You cannot even make sober decisions.
Right.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. And I always tell my friends, refrain from ever judging somebody who is in that state and they have not yet come out, or they are not even thinking of coming out. Because at that point, your reasoning is blood.
Yes.
Completely. Yes. Your hope has been drowned. You had so much hope. Remember, I've told you my background. I came up from a family that it was a setup. It was not perfect. So, of course, deep down, I knew I've always wanted to have a family of my own.
Yeah.
I only had one brother. So, in my heart of hearts, I wanted 7 children.
You wanted to go.
I don't know how I would have taken care of them in this current economy.
God would have provided.
Maybe this is the part where we say all things work together
Yes.
for good.
You were ready for 7.
I was so ready for 7.
Yeah.
I was visualizing how my retirement,
Yeah.
my home will be full of those children.
And then you think of grandchildren
and
in addition to that.
grandchildren.
Ulikuwa umeona mbali sana.
Kabisa. But you see, it didn't work.
Yeah.
And at that part, when I look at that period, the period when I was in that relationship, it was about 7, 8 now together in the union.
Yeah, 8 years.
I never did anything significant. Faith, I'm very, I can drive. I'm a movement by myself.
Yes.
But that 7 years, I didn't do anything. I was always stuck between what will happen tomorrow. How do I engage this? Because now it even feels like you have to look for a way to ask for a conversation.
Yeah.
It becomes terrible. You become a different version of yourself.
And you've brought in the aspect of also you're a Christian and your walk of faith. And the Bible says in Psalms 34 verse 10 that God is close to the brokenhearted. I'm just curious. And I know you have said during that time why someone is not coming out is because their vision is blood. But curious to know, did you even feel the closeness of God? I know you prayed, you fasted, but what were you feeling?
Confused. Confused because much as God was showing me what's happening in the spirit, he was not showing me, or maybe I was not seeing what he's showing me for the next. And I did not believe that separation was one of his intention for me, his daughter, who's been crying to him day and night.
Yes.
Surely he will not allow me to separate and be a single parent. What kind of life am I going to live? And remember also financially, because all along this thing I've gotten you all of a sudden.
Yes.
You are not planning for them.
Yeah.
So there are many angles you had not foreseen. There's a financial, then there's a social circle.
Yes.
In a marriage setup, the social circle is couple.
Yes.
Couple.
Yes.
Yeah. And even your children have play dates.
Yes.
Together.
Yeah.
Then there's the Christian circle. There's a Christian circle also. Remember, not all institutions, the religious institutions, are considerate of, or maybe they don't make it really they don't shout about it,
Yeah.
of separated and the divorce. I see nowadays there's some efforts, but still
Yeah.
there's a lot that can be done.
Right.
Then there's also remember the schools for your children, because there's the emotional part. Remember, now there are casualties. Out of this decision that you and your partner have made, casualties are there, your kids, and they do not deserve the consequence of your. So the school, you have to also be in a point where you are the buffer for the emotional
Yeah.
attack or
Yes.
emotional drain that can come out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, don't even forget your parents, because even your parents, my dad, it was easy to manage. He may just say, you're a hardworking person, you just move on. But of course, your mother gets crushed as much.
Yes.
Because she really wished you to have a beautiful marriage.
Right.
And now here you are. So it's a very, very difficult time.
Yeah.
And I know anyone who's going through it needs to be encouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even as we get there, what was the turning point? Because one day you turned. What was that turning point?
Yeah.
That you said, regardless of what they say, you've talked about the church, the community, the parents, the children, but then there's Mary. What was that point? And you said, this is for me.
Faith, this was a baby step. I will not lie to you that there was a remote solution. These were baby steps completely.
Okay.
And I would like to just articulate one by one for myself
Yes.
how it worked.
Yes.
So the very first thing was to accept. In fact, it's my mom who came to my place, because I had not moved out. I was still in that empty big house alone with it.
Okay. So
it's good that
he left.
He left.
And you remained in this
And he remained in this big mansion.
Yes.
You're still struggling with the
Yes.
reality.
Yes.
You're in denial. Oh, Faith, you're in denial. And trust me, you're in denial. I remember some friends came.
Yeah.
Some of my friends, I know you know some of them.
Yes.
They actually visited me. When I had now decided, you know what, I cannot afford staying in this house. I need to accept. So I invited them. So we had like our last supper.
Was it like a pity party? It was a party, but there's pity in it.
We had our last supper there. It was a pity party, of course.
Yes.
But remember, after that supper, you're on your own
Yes.
to navigate your path.
Right.
So they came, we talked. We even caught up about what was happening in each other's lives.
Yes.
And then after that, the following day, I had to pack and leave. Because one, if the end of the month gets you there, you cannot afford to pay for that rent.
Yes.
So we definitely packed and all that. And because I was emotionally down. I was so down. But you could not have, if you met me outside, you wouldn't know. But inside I was dying. Because remember, for the past 7-8 years,
Yes.
I was carrying pain. I was carrying the rejection. Yeah, because you're inside, but you've been rejected.
Yeah.
And you've been staying in that rejected environment.
Yes.
So there was all that pain now. So I was grieving. So my mom welcomed me in her place.
Oh.
So I moved into her place with my kids and all my stuff. And we stayed there I thought it would be a few months. But I think I got comfortable. So we moved in there. And I will say why that one was very important for me. So for the key steps that came out.
Yeah.
So being with my mother, remember now, she was now in charge of everything.
Yes.
Because it's her home anyway.
Yes.
So I will not worry about food, being ready for my small child. I will not worry so much about doing anything, because she will be around. She will make sure everything is just. And she stood in that capacity completely. Wow. She knew I was really grieving. And I did not hide. So outside, maybe I would hide. But the moment I entered through the gate, it would hit me really hard.
Mary, that's powerful. I have had sittings with different ladies, and especially at that point, say, I can't go back home. So that's such a blessing that your mother gave you that safe space, that you would unmask and become you in her space. that you were comfortable, your children would eat and would sleep.
Correct.
Allow me to give a shout out to parents who have taken care of us, even in our 40s,
Yes.
taken care of us because life happens, but there's no better place to know that I can go back home. At this point, allow me to give a shout out to the parents who have stayed with their children. Even in our 40s, we are still our parents' children. Mary has shared with us that she went back to her mom's place and it was home for her. So, to the parents who have taken up the role of being a parent to an adult, it's not easy, but we truly appreciate you. The fathers, the mothers, the prayers, the safe space that you give. We truly, truly appreciate. Now, Mary, back to your story. So you talked about accepting, and you also even moved into your mom's place, and that it took longer than you expected.
It did.
Yeah.
And I think it's a comfort as well because
Yeah.
for the first time, you don't realize you are in a terrible environment until you're in a peaceful environment and you're sleeping.
Say that again. Say that again.
Yeah, you really don't know you're in a terrible environment until when you're out and you're in a peaceful environment and you're able to sleep. So at my mother's place is when I found sleep. It's actually, that's when it hit me that I was not actually sleeping at night. In fact, I wondered, what did I used to do?
Yeah.
Because I would sleep soundly at her
Yes.
place.
Yes.
And I would find she's prepared meal. And that particular time, it was just for my soul to heal. I grieved a lot.
Yeah.
Anytime I would get a chance, I would grieve.
Yes.
I should also bring in the picture, Faith, of, remember we had a community. We had a church community.
Yes.
Remember you have a younger son who's not understanding the change of status, number one. You are from the big mansion
Yes.
to where you are right now. He's not understanding why we are not going back home. In fact, I remember one thing that broke my heart.
You said he was 2 years old.
He was 2 years old, but
Yeah.
he's a very brilliant child. So one day, the following day, he asked me, Mommy, why are we not going home? And he was looking at me straight in the eyes and he started crying.
dear.
Oh, that broke my heart. And it's at that point when I made the decision that despite what has happened, I'm not going to let this child suffer emotionally. He's not going to suffer because of our actions. So that, Faith, what that one meant, it meant that when I was near him or around him, specifically him, because the big one now was already, he could understand what was happening and he was dealing it now. Yeah. So for the small one, I had to now bring in so much fun and joy in the new environment. So I would mourn when I'm alone, grieve when I'm with my friends. But when I was near my son, in fact, I would make we'll make things look very interesting.
Yes.
They'll be like, Baba,
him
you
an
even bring
experience.
something like, Baba, this thing is short term. This is part of life. It comes and it goes, and tomorrow things become better. I made it very realistic, but at the same time, I made it very positive for him.
Yeah.
That this is a transition.
Yes.
And I thank God I was too indulged in it. Have you ever felt exhausted after 4 or 5 years later? You're like, and I've really
What
been
was that?
investing in this child's. But it worked well.
Yeah.
It worked well. He got to understand slowly and slowly what has happened. And I would bring it out in a very fun way, by the way. You'll think it's a good thing.
Yes.
But it was a way just to also protect his mindset so that he doesn't think he's now rejected. And that is the perspective he's carried to date. My son can sit here and explain to you family dynamics. Yes, and how they operate and how they should operate.
Wow.
Yes.
And that tells me that you were intentional to do this, but even as you did that, there's some work you did for yourself. You rebuild for yourself.
Yes.
What was that like?
Thank you for that. So, do you remember I said those years I was not focusing on anything. I didn't even have capacity.
That 8 years when you were there, yes.
I didn't do any development. I did not study. Your mind is just running. You are running in your mind about, you're trying to save water with your hands.
But it's just leaking.
It's leaking. So you don't even have time to focus on what is good for you. I remember asking two of my friends then, after the separation, and now I was in the process of grieving because healing had not started.
Yes.
And I asked them, please tell me something about myself. And this bring another angle as ladies. Ask an independent friend who will tell you the truth. So these two ladies, separately, who don't even know each other, they told me, Mary, you need to love yourself more, number one. Number two, don't over-trust so much. You trust so much. And that was very good feedback. Because actually the consequence of where I was, the result of where I was because of those two elements.
Yes.
Trusting too much and loving and not loving you, not even loving yourself.
Yeah.
And I had to start practicing that. One way that I started doing, I wanted to rebuild. I knew I was not at the right place financially. I wanted to know, where can I go after this? Because I cannot stay here. I mean, this is not my permanent place.
Yes.
And besides, who goes to stay with the mother again as an adult?
Yeah.
So I had to make that decision. So one, I enrolled for certification. I certified for my coaching. So now I'm also a coach.
You're a certified
I'm
coach.
a certified coach, by the way.
Yes.
Executive.
Oh, executive coach.
I am an executive coach.
Yes.
Over and above that, even your physical. Those 8 years, even though I probably used to run, maybe my mind was not in it.
Yeah.
So I became intentional about my physical health.
Yes.
So I scheduled exercise, and because my mom was encouraging me at that time, please just go and do what you can do to get better.
Yeah.
So after work, I will go and do my physical exercises. When you get home, you're refreshed. You sleep. You wake up, you're fresh.
Yeah.
And I did that for 2 years until I felt I've overstayed.
Yes.
I've actually overstayed this kindness.
Yeah.
But I did rebuild my physical health. Then, spiritually, I've always had a church circle, a Christian circle. Do you know this community did not leave me even at one point? In fact, I'm the one who had stopped picking their calls. For one reason or another.
But they never gave up on you.
For one reason or another, I was just feeling I no longer belong to the same circle. But they were not feeling like that. In fact, that circle had women who were older than me. They were already in their 50s. Some of them, not all.
Yeah.
Do you know, Kwanzaa, the ones in their 50s are the ones who are calling me relentlessly.
Wow.
And they did not stop. I did not pick the call for almost 6 months. But eventually I decided, you know what? Let me pick and hear what they want to tell me.
Yeah.
They told me, but if you are not going to pick, you are now coming to your mother's house.
Upende usipende.
Exactly. So, and that one made me feel, you know what? There's still a lot to live for. You don't cut out everything that has gone wrong. Yeah. So I went back to the circle, and to date, still a family. Yeah. It's still a family. In fact, it worked well for my kids because that was still a family set up for them. We will go for picnics. We will go for church. We'll meet for our Bible studies in each other's house. So there was still that family set up for my kids.
Yes.
Yeah. To date. It has not changed.
Wow.
Yeah, very supportive group.
Yeah, that's such a blessing. And I like that you said there are those who are older than you, there are those who are your peers, and I'm sure there are others who were...
my age mates.
Yes, your age mates and maybe a few younger, because that's wisdom for life.
Exactly.
Always have those who are older than you, and they can still call you out. Yeah. They can still say, we are here for you. True. What a blessing.
Yeah, it is.
So you're in your 40s, that happened, life happened, and here you are with your son, single, still trusting God, but strong. You chose to be an executive coach.
Yes.
And I'm saying this because it's not all women in their 40s who are strong and doing great. Mary said she she is, there's a statement you said earlier, you can drive it by yourself, as in you are that,
A movement.
you are a movement. Yes, that was it. Mary is a movement by herself. But it's
Yeah.
not all
Yeah.
women who are like that. I'd like you to look at that camera and speak to that woman in her 40s. Life has happened, life has slapped her, things have gone on, and she doesn't even know how to rebuild or pick herself up. What can you tell that woman?
So, what I will tell you, dearest sister, in your 40s, single with children, that you can still pick up again. You can still rise out of that situation. I am a good example of that can happen. And it will not be a one day achievement, but it will be a gradual step and you will be patting yourself in the back. I'll also encourage you to be deep with God, just go back to the place of prayer. It may not seem that like it's working at that particular time, but prayer is a very strong anchor for you and your family. And also look at yourself as a loved person. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 6, you are bought at a price. No one will ever remove that from you. You are loved, you are accepted. And one person or a family that has rejected you should not make you give up on yourself or give up on your children. So I encourage you that just go back to the place of prayer and remember that others have gone before you and have made it, and you will also make it. And that is my encouragement for you today.
Mary, your story, oh my goodness, you've been through it all. But what are life lessons that you can highlight, maybe 2 or 3, that have made you to be who you are today and you would like to share with a woman out there?
Absolutely, Faith. Love God. Make God your friend. Make God your friend. Anytime. I know sometimes things work out and we put them on the side a little bit. We come back to God when things are not working.
Yeah.
Make God that friend of yours 24/7. Number 2, love yourself. Love yourself. Oh, love yourself.
I like to tell people this verse in the Bible, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So even before loving that neighbor,
Yes.
loving self.
Yeah, because when you love yourself, you'll not let any decision that is not going to work for you be acceptable for you. You will not accept disrespect. You will not accept that rejection. You will know the boundary lines because you're even a child of God in the first place, a child of a king.
Yes.
So love yourself, cherish yourself. It doesn't matter your status. Love yourself.
Wow.
Love yourself.
Wow.
Love yourself. This thing of saying, I'm doing this for the kids. Love yourself.
Yes.
Yes. And number 3, find your tribe. Find your sisters. Hire and fire as much as you can until you get the right tribe.
Wow, Mary, hire and fire. All right, find your tribe. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why I say hire and fire is because life is a journey. Sometimes some sisterhood will be for a season. Then you get others. Be very intentional that it serves the purpose that where you are in your life at that particular point. And that's why I always insist, be the director. You fire and you hire at your cost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love what you said about find your tribe. I'm sure my friend Agi is watching
Yes,
this and
yeah.
there's something.
She's your tribe.
Yeah, she's my tribe. And we say your vibe attracts your tribe.
Exactly.
So it's very important to find your tribe. So love God, love yourself, find your tribe.
Find your tribe.
Beautiful.
Find your tribe. And your tribe should push you to the next level.
Yeah.
If your tribe is accepting the mediocrity, then no goals, no objectives, even have a reason why you are together. Yeah, it should be something that's pushing all of you up, a purpose that's pushing all of you up. That's why it's a tribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 I love. Wow. Thank you so much, Mary, for your courage to be vulnerable. That's such a gift. And you've shown us that pain can be a platform of purpose. Actually, let me say that again. Your story has shown me that pain can be a platform of purpose.
Exactly.
Look at where you are today.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being vulnerable. Thank you for agreeing to tell your story. You never know who it touches out
I
there.
pray so.
Yeah,
I pray so.
I believe it's going to touch somebody. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I really, really hope that you've gotten some wisdom out of this wonderful story of Mary. Look at her today. There's nothing on her face written that she was rejected, you know? And I'm so glad that she picked herself up. You were probably out there and probably going through it. So may you gain some wisdom from what Mary has shared today. And if you know this can benefit somebody else, don't hesitate to share it out. Share it out with somebody else. Let it be an encouragement to them. Thank you for always joining us and staying with us till the end. Make sure you mark the dates on your calendar where we bring to you new episodes, stories of courage, stories of resilience, stories of hope as we have a conversation here. My name is Imani Mwaura. Thank you for being part and parcel of this.